Hey guys, today we are making, I'm not sure how to say this correctly, so I'm just gonna guess. Provencal zucchini and potato gratin with butter lettuce salad. Here's what it's supposed to look like. Here's your ingredients and your directions. Okay, you're going to need olive oil, salt and pepper, a baking sheet, and a medium pan. What this came in this recipe is we've got a little tin they gave us. This tin is an 8x8 tin. Just so you know, that's what goes. Put the thing in to bake in there. We've got head butter lettuce, a zucchini, an onion. We've got some herbs de Provence. We got some champagne vinegar, some garlic, some honey. Then we've got some Gruyere cheese. We've got beefsteak tomatoes. There's 2 in here. Sorry, the package kind of broke. We've got some Yukon Gold potatoes. There's like 3, 6, 8 in here. And tomato puree. Kind of comes in a little baggie. Okay, so we're going to preheat the oven to 425. And then we're going to wash and dry everything. We're going to cut the potatoes and the zucchini into a fourth of an inch rounds. I'm going to roughly chop up the tomatoes. I'm going to peel the onion, half and thinly slice. I'm going to mince the garlic. And then I'm going to put in a little bowl. I'm going to stir together the Gruyere and half the Parmesan. I think I saw that, didn't I? No, wait, where? Oh, sorry, there is Parmesan cheese too. I think I forgot that. Okay, so stir together the Gruyere and half the Parmesan and serve and save the rest for making a Parmesan crisp. And then I'm going to par bake the vegetables, which means only cook them halfway so that when we put them in the gratin like this, they're going to cook all the way through. But first I'm going to put the potatoes on one side of the baking sheet and with salt and pepper and olive oil, and then I'm going to cook that for 10 minutes. When that's done, I'm going to push the potatoes over and add the zucchini. I'm going to cover them with olive oil and salt and pepper and then put them back in the oven for 5 minutes more. And then we're off to make tomato sauce, but let me get all this started. Okay, so I've got oil in a pan, and I'm adding in the herbes de Provence with the oil over medium heat, and I'm also adding in the onions, and we're going to cook this about 5 minutes. Okay, once the onions are cooked, we're going to add in the garlic, and we're going to cook this for another minute. Okay, so after that, you're going to add in all your tomatoes, and you're going to add in your tomato puree. So we're going to cook this for about 6 to 8 more minutes and let everything combine. Okay, once the sauce is thickened a bit, we're going to turn off the heat and add salt and pepper. And then after everything's basically ready, we're going to assemble the gratin. So I'll be back to show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to jack up the heat in the oven to 450 instead of 425. So now we're going to make layers. So basically, I'm going to add in 1/3 of the potatoes and the zucchini into the bottom of the dish. I know it's hard to see, but here's what one layer is kind of supposed to look like. I don't know, I'm just trying to do what they said, but it's hard when the potatoes were so small and they're not nearly as equal to the size of the zucchini, so I'm just making do. Okay, next comes 1/3 of the tomato sauce. Then I'm going to do 1/3 of the cheese mix. Back to another layer of the potatoes and zucchini. Okay, so we're going to bake this at 450 for about 15 minutes. So to make the Parmesan crisp is after the gratin has been baked for 15 minutes, then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to take the rest of the Parmesan, put it on, I'm going to put this on the baking sheet so it doesn't spill or anything. And then to make that after the 15 minutes, I'm going to take that on the baking sheet and kind of lay it out in a square, and it's going to get crispy. It's going to turn hard and crispy. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven for 2 to 3 more minutes, but I'll kind of show you when I get to that part. Meanwhile, we're making the salad next. So very quickly, I have taken up the lettuce and I've put them into bite-sized pieces like you would with any kind of salad. Using the champagne vinegar, half the honey, and salt and pepper. Then I'm going to whisk in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Last thing to do is to do this Parmesan crisp thing. So I'm basically just taking all of the Parmesan and I'm making it into a square, or, something a bit thick, but not too thick. I'm going to spread this out a bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to stick this back into the oven for 2 to 3 more minutes. And then that's it. I'll be back to let you know what it looks like when it's all plated. Okay, here it is. I just topped it with the little crisps, and that's about it. I'll be back to let you know what it tastes like. Hey guys, I'm here to talk about the food. Okay, so, first of all, I really enjoyed it. I liked the flavor, I liked everything. The only other thing that I can think of is that, Yet again, as in every other time I've ever had a recipe that had cheese in it, I wish there was more cheese. I always wish there was more cheese. But that being said, the only problem I think with this recipe is that they gave us these teeny tiny potatoes, and while I cut them all up, the potatoes were like the size of maybe a quarter, and the slices of zucchini could, get up to like 2 or 3 times the size of that. And it was kind of hard to layer things when everything wasn't the same size. I feel like if they had done some other kind of potato, I don't know if there's another, like maybe those fingerling potatoes, and instead of like a baked potato seemed too big maybe, but a fingerling potatoes might have been thicker and might have been better. I don't know. But it was just kind of a little too much to fit all into that dish. I wish it had been a little deeper. But just like maybe like a little, like half an inch deeper, and it would have all, I mean, it did fit. I didn't have any like mess or anything like that, but it would have just fit better if it had been just slightly deeper. But that being said, it tasted really good. I enjoyed it, even though it didn't have as much cheese as I would like. And the salad is a salad. It's nothing new or special. But I enjoyed it. I definitely would give it a try again. But I think I just shortcut and used like regular tomatoes outside of a jar. Yeah, sorry. And I think I'd try and make things more uniform and not have tiny potatoes and big zucchini things. But who knows? Alright, thanks guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!